Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Folks, sometimes we can make real estate a little bit too complicated. We get lost in development applications and FSRs and all the numbers. But sometimes it is just dead simple. Sometimes it's just the very best house in West Pymble. And that is exactly where you're standing, and nobody could dispute it. It's 24 Congham Road in West Pymble. It is absolutely stunning from inch to inch to inch. Every part of it has blown my mind, as I know it has for every single one of those of you holding registration cards today. There is no question about the quality of what you come to purchase here today, folks. The only question is who is going to do so. And we're here at the live auction today to determine just that. And my name is Oliver Burton, I am your auctioneer, and I'm very proudly once again here representing the team from Stone Real Estate in Turramurra, Wahroonga, and in particular your marketing agents, Susan Astridge, Christopher Smith, and Joey Hoover. And folks, we all want to welcome you and particularly wish our very best wishes to those of you holding cards and hoping to buy your dream home this afternoon. Before I get too far away, folks, I will run you through a few of the terms of sale under which we conduct this afternoon's auction. If you would like to bid, you do need to be registered. Please show us the number you have been given every single time you place a bid. Sellers are entitled to have one bid on their property today. It is known as the vendor's bid or the seller's bid. We will place this for them, or I will place this for them specifically, if we think that is appropriate. If you would like to bid today on behalf of a third party, like a company or somebody who's overseas, that's fine, as long as you've given us the correct authority documents in advance that allow you to place bids on behalf of that third party. Now, finally, most importantly, this is the fall of the hammer, and it indicates the end of the auction. I cannot take any bid that comes late. Now, in the unlikely event of a dispute, folks, I am the sole and final arbiter. I am the judge, but I just want you to understand that if you want to own the home, you need to get your best offer in before the hammer hits the contract. Those are the major terms under which we sell, folks. The rest of them on the A-frame just behind Andy there, and I will be taking the balance of those as having been read and understood by everybody. Are there any questions? Are comfortable so far? Good-o, folks. Well, West Pymble is just one of those extraordinarily fantastic spots to enjoy the very best of upper North Shore living. I personally grew up in Gordon. I know what a wonderful place this was to have my childhood and to be part of a wonderful family. And I know in a great home like this, you're going to have a large family, multi-generational family perhaps, to enjoy the very best of what this area offers. There's an infamous French patisserie, I believe, that serves the very best. And it's just one example of how this area continues to grow strength to strength year on year. Great transportation options to the best schools in the area, Pymble Ladies College, of course, and the rest of the glut of great private and public schools up and down the Pacific Highway, and great transportation to the rest of Sydney as well. But folks, I'll take a moment just to ask you, just to consider for a second. It is awe-inspiring, the job that our vendors have done on this home. It truly is. Claire and I walked into this home this afternoon and our jaws hit the floor because of how beautiful it is. That stunning ceiling, the extraordinary marble staircase, that gorgeous herringbone floor, even the details of the period correct architraves. This home has had every single decision made in detail, with precision, with love. This is an owner-occupier's home. This isn't an investment that's been flipped. This is designed for a prestigious family to have a very impressive lifestyle, and a great lifestyle that you can share with your friends and family. It has every single detail here, no expense spared. Fantastic. That master bedroom is an absolute dream for you to enjoy yourself and retreat from that family when you need to. But of course, the multiple living areas give you options when you want to be close, and the granny flat as well. To be honest, the granny flat alone is fit for an emperor. So it's just the bonus that sits on top of what is a product that I just cannot be more effusive about. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is plenty enough from me. You've had plenty of time to inspect it yourself and to arrive at the same conclusions, I have no doubt. 24 Congham Road, here in West Pymble for outright auction today. All I need is a fair and reasonable offer to get us underway. Where do we start? The auction is live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't delay. You do not need to give me your best offer first. I wouldn't expect it, but I think those of you who are holding registration cards know what you have in mind here. Yes? 5.6. 5.6, a little light on, sir. Can I maybe take something a little bit close towards the high fives? So our guide was at the 6. Can we maybe take like a 5.8, 5.9, something like that to start?
Let's see. 5.6.
5.6. Joey, you sure? All right, we'll go in good faith, sir. But folks, I want to be warned. I'm taking $200,000 increments minimum from here. At 5.6, let's congratulate the gentleman for his opening offer. Thank you very much to make a start. Bidder number 12 starts at 5 minutes, $600,000 on the nose at 5.6. I'm calling the next at 5.8. Don't even try anything less. At 5 minutes, $600,000 a bid now on the left-hand side at 5.6 behind me now. At 5.6, we're going to call the next at 5.8. Nothing less is going to be entertained at this point. At 5.6, the bid now. First opportunity at 5 minutes, $600,000. Plenty of you here registered to buy, folks. It would be an absolute steal at this level. The gentleman certainly is entitled to his strategy, but he hasn't really started with the horses, so it's now up to you to gallop away towards the keys and towards your West Pymble dreams. At 5 minutes, $600,000 bid on the back now at 5.6 the call. First opportunity with bidder number 12. Second bid and call at 5.6 the bid. Third and final, sir, you're standing there. 5.8, I said minimum, sorry. 5.8 is minimum bid from here, thank you. 5.8? Your bid. Thank you very much, sir. Bid number 9 at 5.8 is the bid now. Can I say 6 from here? At $5,800,000 a bid now in the back there with 2 playing. At 5.8 is the bid. Sir, I told you we'd get there, but easy done. Capital growth in evidence, sir. Can I say 6 million for you, perhaps? At $5,800,000 a bid now on the back there at 5.8 with the bidder standing next to Susan. At 5.8 is the call now, sir. Hate to do it to you, but I'll threaten if I have to. 5.8 is the bid. Once. There it is. Twice at $5,800,000. Plenty of you holding registration cards, folks. So all you're doing is working my vocal cords. You're not particularly working the field at this point. At $5,800,000 a bid now, gentlemen's offer. Bidder number 9 at 5.8's the call. Third, sir, 6. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome back in. I thought you might. At $6 million. $6 million's the call. No, 6 I've got behind me now. 6 million already. So you've got to be quick. At 6 the bid now. But I'm happy to take 6.2 or 6.1. I'm happy to go at this point, just to be fair. At $6 million, behind me, 6,000's the call now, Joey. It's there with my starter at $6 million. Can I say maybe 6.2? At $6 million is the bid. Once called. At $6 million now for 24 Congham Road in West Pymble. $6 million the call, and great buying in my opinion at that level. Gee, just the finishes alone would be worth that if you ask me. At $6 million's the bid. Twice called and offered. At $6 million now. Thank you very much for your patience, folks. I'll be right with you, sir. I'm sure you didn't come here for one. 6.2, sir? Is that your wait and see, sir? Or you're playing close to the chest? 6.2, great bid, sir. I like your style. You're welcome anytime you like. At 6.2 is the bid now. $6,200,000 back with the second bidder with bidder number 6.2, sir. 6.4? At 6.2 is the bid. In second place, sir, I'm afraid no prizes for second here today. Except for, of course, the joy of being part of the occasion, and what an occasion it is. At 6.2 is the bid. Gentleman knows great property when he sees it, and this is great property. At $6,200,000 a bid now once at 6.2. Had a bid now twice at $6,200,000. Are we all finished and done, folks? I didn't hear from you. Please don't go home in the car and wonder what could have been. At 6.2 is the bid. Can I say maybe 6.4 or 6.3? Happy to take 6.3 if you like, guys. I'm going to have 100,000 least. I was in 200s, I'm going to do 100, sir. Can I say 6.3? Welcome in, sir. 6.3? Yep. I just need to see our card just one more time. Thank you, sir. No? Too much? 6.2 is the bid. Great buying here. At 6.2 is the call. Going to need to see 6.3 minimum bid. At 6.2 is the bid. There's the offer. There's the opportunity. Fantastic home, this, guys. Great flow from those brilliant entertaining areas. The butler's pantry as well. The double parking and plenty more in the driveway. Folks, you cannot do better than this. The pool, of course, I haven't even mentioned the pool. It's just bonus. At 6.2, that's the offer. And the gentleman's being very patient, but I tell you what, he's got one grip on the keys. 6.2 is the call. Sir, going to need a decision now if I can. 6.3 has got to be. 6.3? 6.3. Got to be 6.3, sir. Make it 6.3. You sure? Yeah. What are you waiting for, sir? Great property doesn't hang around. At 6.2 is the bid. Happy to wait and happy to give you the chance to consider on a lovely tail end of summer afternoon. Warm home this. Great opportunity. Guys, are you up to this figure? All done? So, as in not yet or just chilling out? All right. Okay. Well, there's no champagne to offer to our current bidders, I'm afraid, folks, because it's only for the winners. At 6.2, thank you very much, sir. We're just letting everybody just exhaust their intent and ability here. Of course, everybody's entitled to a strategy. I don't want to dissuade anybody from theirs, but at $6,200,000, I am just going to allow a moment of pause, and I thank you very much for your patience, sir. We are absolutely in your court. And certainly be aware, ladies and gentlemen, that in the event that the property is going into post-auction negotiations, we've been negotiating exclusively with this gentleman here. If he wins the auction, he will be buying the property. It's only a question of whether or not my social media gets a great hammer drop. That's the only difference. But I'll tell you what, if you miss out, you do not get a second bite of the cherry here, because quality real estate sells under the transparency of the auction process or without your seeing where the rest of the competition lives. So folks, I want to be very clear, I want to be very simple. You're going to need to bid, and bid up now. You know what, sir? Let's do it just for fun. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Can I see your card, please, sir? Number 20. At $6,280,000, there's the bid now, sir. Straight to 6-4. 6280. $6,280,000 is the gentleman's bid, sir. So, sir, maybe I take you to 6-4? 6-4, sir. Nice strong bid. 6.4, sir. 6-4, if I could. Put the hammer down on it, sir. 6,380. 100 grand. I'll take it, sir. Thank you very much. At 6,380 now. He didn't let you have it for long, sir, but it felt pretty good. You could have another go. At 6,380, there's the opportunity. At $6,380,000, there's the bid with the gentleman now at $6,380,000. I would have thought we easily call the next, perhaps at that 6.5. We're going to get there and scream past it, I've got no doubt, folks, so I just want to see who is going to round that big round figure and take us towards home ownership. That's $6,380,000. There's the bid with the gentleman at 638. 6.4. Gee, you know what? Let's round it out, sir. I'll do it. 6.4. 6.4, sir. 6,450 or 6.5, sir? 6.5 would be a great figure, sir. I think that big round figure is going to make a big difference. You just want to have a think, sir. Do some calculations. That's absolutely fine, sir. So 6.4 against you, sir. Sir, I will seek instructions, but at 6.4, that's the bid. It's against you, sir. Unfortunately, can't sell it to you at this point. At 6.4, there's the bid. At $6,400,000, there's the bid and there's the opportunity. Gentlemen, it is against you, sir, and with the gentleman and lady standing here, my openers. At $6,400,000, there's the call. There is the opportunity at 6.4, bid first at $6,400,000. Out of it now, second call. Okay, at $6,400,000 now, there's the bid. There is the opportunity, sir. Sir, any further at this point? I'll take it 50 from you if you like, sir. 6.45. Put you back in front, sir. Remember that opportunity. Sus? Yep. At $6,400,000.
Yeah, you can say it's on.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, let's not dally. Let's not dwell. Yes. Sorry? Oh, what was I going to say?
Yeah, tell me what.
Okay.
6.4, we need another bid.
Okay. Would you like to have another bid, sir?
No, you let me know what.
I'll tell you what, sir. At this point, I'm going to sell it to the other guys. At $6,400,000, they're buying it now, sir, unless you bid. At 6.4, we're selling it. Here it goes. At $6,400,000. It was a fair question, and there's your fair answer, folks. We are on the market. We're selling it. At $6,400,000 now. I need to see your bid to increase from here. Thank you very much, folks. We're going to be right with you. At $6,400,000, if there was anybody here waiting for a heartbreaker bid, now is your opportunity. 6.4. 20. Why not, folks? Let's do it. 6.4 and 20. Folks, straight to 6.45, I would have thought, surely. 20 is the bid against you guys. $6,420,000. There's the opportunity now. 6.4 and 20, the bid, the money. Left-hand side. Great competition here, ladies and gentlemen. At $6,420,000. Do I say maybe that big 6.5? Surely, folks, would be a very, very big... Sir, careful. I don't know what the liability insurance is like here, sir. You don't own it yet. At 6.4 and 20. Gee, people are falling over themselves to buy in West Pymble, aren't they, Andy?
They are.
At 6.4, 2's the bid. That's the opportunity there, folks. Gonna need to hear a decision from you pretty soon if I can. All right. Folks, was there any bidding here? You guys? No. Are you sure? Okay. At 6.4 and 20, that is the opportunity now. There it is. 6.420. Extraordinary home, this, ladies and gentlemen. The mood lighting throughout. The remote control bathroom lighting, that's a new one. It just keeps getting more and more impressive. Huge terrace, the fireplace. You've got everything that could have possibly have been put into this beautiful block is here for your enjoyment. Even the love seats swing as well. I love this home. 30? 30, take a 10. Guys, go to 50 if you can. All right, 30. 6.4, 30. Go straight to 50, sir. Are you sure, sir? Take that round figure. You know, that's just in excitement, sir. You imagine what's going to happen when I knock it down? 6.430, sir. 6,430,000. 50, sir. I think it's a really important bid to her on that corner. Can I say? 50, sir. 50. Got one last chance, sir. You've been so strong. 6,430 is against you, sir. I'm selling it. I hate to do it to you, sir. You've been really great. You sure? Last chance? Okay, folks. Well, I've been very fair and very reasonable, and I hate to put these guys through the stress. So I have to sell it here. Those are my instructions. Vendor's very reluctant to help you towards new ownership here, as am I. I wish I was buying it myself, but instead I get the second best privilege, which is to sell it to these lovely people here. Bidder number 12 buys it. In absence of a better bid, I'm selling it, sir. Last chance. I'll take another 10. Another 10, sir. Put you back in front. 6,440. 6,440, your bid. Sorry, guys. 50. Okay. 50, your bid. Better still. 50's bid. Sir, 60. 645, that's the call. That is the offer, that is the opportunity. At $6,450,000. 65, so I think puts it to bed. I really do. I really do. You know the quality of what you're looking at here. I know you do. I hate to see you lose it, sir. You've been a great competitor. Guys, thank you. I'm going to be right with you. It's the worst bit, but you'll want me to do the same when I sell it for you next time. 645 is the bid. Thank you, Chris. Rightio, folks. Well, in absence of a better bid, we are selling it here. Is that a quick conversation, Joey? Susie? You want to have one last check? All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're just going to let our vendors have one last update as to where we're at, considering those positions. I don't know if anybody else is waiting, as I say, to be the heartbreaker bid, but I am absolutely going to require your participation above this figure if you are intending on bidding, buying, and living here at Congham. It's your chance to buy here, ladies and gentlemen. Great multi-gen living, those 5 bedrooms all up, and of course the separation between the granny flat here as well. Quality construction throughout. The rainwater tanks, just the icing on the cake. Everything has been thought of, everything has been considered, and we are certainly going to be finding new owners today with the couple behind me if there is no further bidding. But I am just going to allow that last moment of consideration, and here it is. At 645. Thank you for your patience, folks. As you can imagine, these are massive crossroad moments for everybody concerned. Of course, for our buyers who have shown their great heart and determination to own the home here today, but also, of course, for those people who are selling it, who have built it themselves with their blood, sweat, tears, and a great deal of heart. So I do want to give them just a moment of consideration and opportunity as we do just wait their updated instructions. I spoke about the detail before, and it is the detail when you've done a renovation yourself, where you look at it in a home and you go, gee, even the custom cabinetry takes your breath away. Every single part of this home, every brick has been considered. And from the beautiful tiling, meeting that extraordinary herringbone flooring, that marble staircase, absolutely stunning. The quality of the taste that is on display, let alone the money that has been spent, is pretty second to none. And when I say this is the best home in West Pymble, I absolutely mean it with every fibre of my being. I couldn't be more sure of the fact. And I believe we're about to sell it to bidder number 12. Last opportunity, folks. I know you've heard it before, but we're going for real this time. At $6,450,000, there's the bid. There is the opportunity. First call, second call. Now is your chance, sir, if you're going to change your mind. Last chance. Third, final, another 10. Quickly. Gavel rises. Folks, best house in West Pymble, and it's yours. Sold. Congratulations, well bought. Thank you very much for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of everybody here at the Stone Real Estate team, we thank you for being here. We wish you the very best the rest of your weekend. Take care.
10 minutes. You turn around.
Got to give it to the bidders first. It's more important than the show.